What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Thanks for coming back for another review. Today I have the Jooki Smart Speaker for Kids. I've had it for roughly 5 to 6 months now, and I wanted to review it. Let's get into it. So ever since my daughter turned about a year old, she's been really into dancing, loves music. It's hilarious because she can't even walk yet, but she just loves to dance. So for Christmas, we wanted to get her own speaker. Something that she could, bring her music with, grow into a little bit. And we had a few criteria that we were looking for. One was that it had to be easy to use, obviously, with a 14-month-old. Number two was it had to be durable. With a 14-month-old, this thing was going to get thrown around, kicked around, stuff spilt onto it. We needed something durable. Number three, good battery life. We needed something that was going to last more than 2 hours at a time. And number four, we wanted something interactive, something that she was going to enjoy using, something fun. So those were the four main things we were looking for in a speaker. So after researching and comparing for quite a long time, we ended up going with the Jooki. And before we get too far, I just wanted to say that I am not sponsored or getting paid by Jooki in any way. I bought this with my own money, and this is my honest review on the Jooki. So let's talk about the price right off the bat, because this might make a decision for you real quick. It retails for $199. As of this review, it's on sale for $159. Either way you look at it, it's a lot of money for a speaker for a kid, especially for a 14-month-old that you don't know what they're going to be into from one day to the next. So when I thought about it, this was going to be an investment, something that hopefully I wasn't going to be replacing every 6 months to a year. I wanted something that she was going to be able to use for the next 3, 4, 5 years of her life and grow into. So that's how I justified the price, but again, it's a lot of money for a speaker. So it came in the mail, and the packaging was very nice. It had nice branding on it, very kid-friendly, very secure packaging, nothing was damaged. When I took the Jooki speaker out of the box, I was pretty surprised by the heft of it. Now, people sometimes get afraid when you say heft. I don't mean that in a bad way necessarily. It is a little bit heavy for a kid, I will say, but overall, I don't think it's too bad. I did like the heft because it felt durable. It felt like it was made well, and that this thing wasn't going to just break the first time it got dropped or spilt on. It felt like a tank, in my opinion. I felt like this was going to last a long time. So in the box, you get a USB charging cord. You get a 4 gigabyte SD card for offline play. And then kind of the main selling point of the whole speaker is the figurines, or the characters, if you will. And the characters are a whale, a ghost, a knight, a fox, and a dragon. So the way this whole thing works is you assign a playlist or some music or stories or whatever you want to each one of these figurines. And then once the figurine is placed on top of the Jooki, it starts playing that specific playlist, music, or story. And when you take the figurine off, it immediately stops playing, so you can easily switch between different music, different stories, or anything else that you want. Now, one of the main selling points for us was that the Jooki app integrates with Spotify Premium accounts, which means you can assign a figurine or a character to be a Spotify playlist or a story or anything else that you have on Spotify if you have a premium account. And you can change the playlist at any time that you want using the Jooki app. So as your child gets older and gets into different types of music, you can just go on the Jooki app, switch the playlist to a different one, and you're set to go. Listen, guys, I'm no audiophile, but in terms of sound quality and volume, this is a really great speaker in my opinion. In fact, it's better than any speaker that I own personally. And at 50% volume, it fills up a small room, no problem. It's more than enough for any kid out there. I mean, just take a listen.
I've been trying to do it right. I've been living
So Jooki claims 8 hours of battery life on the speaker. We, after 5 to 6 months of usage, average between 5 to 7 hours, which is still good, don't get me wrong, but not quite the 8 hours that they quote. So the big question is, what's the performance like and how easy to use is it? Can a toddler use this without any problems? And in my experience, it is extremely easy to use. My 14-month-old daughter was able to open this up and start playing with it and interacting with the figurines and the speakers. In a matter of 2 to 3 minutes, she got it figured out. And that's not to say that there hasn't been some frustrations along the way, because there definitely has. So first and foremost, this thing does take quite a while to turn on and be ready to use. From the time you press the power button to the time it's ready to start playing music, roughly 30 seconds, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you have a toddler, it's an eternity. A couple other small things that I'm just not a big fan of. One is where the inputs are located. It's kind of tucked up into the bottom of the speaker. Kind of difficult to get a cord up in there. Takes a while to get it to charge. And number two is that there's no indication light whether the speaker is charging or not, or any sort of sound or anything like that. So there's been a few times where we thought the speaker was charging, we thought we had the cord plugged in there correctly, but it wasn't, and so it was still completely dead the next day. Listen, those are pretty small things, I know, and it sounds like nitpicking, but when you're spending that amount of money on a speaker, you kind of hope those things are buttoned up a little bit. Still, guys, this is a fantastic speaker, especially for those with young toddlers, someone that is maybe a year plus old. This speaker is so user-friendly, and kids just love it. I'm just thrilled with the results so far. And like I said, I just love how adaptable this thing is. You know, we've only had this for 5 to 6 months, and we've changed out the playlist on the figurines a couple times already. So I fully expect that, you know, we'll be able to use this speaker for the next 3 to 5 years, no problem. Keep changing out the playlist as my child gets older and gets into new things. I really love the setup of this speaker. So listen, I know this is a lot of money, and I fully believe that this is a tad overpriced for what it is, but at the same time, I do believe that you pay extra for quality and something that's going to last for a while. So I believe this is an investment. I believe this is for people that, you know, want something that's going to last for a couple years at least, and don't want to be switching out speakers every 6 to 12 months. So if you're in that boat and you don't mind spending a little bit extra for quality and durability, I think this is a really great buy. So listen, guys, this is just a quick video review of the Jooki. You know, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully it helps you make a buying decision. I have a longer review on my blog. I put a link to that in the description. Make sure you check that out. Make sure you like and subscribe. Really appreciate it, guys. Have a good one. We'll catch you on the next one.